Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I will be doing a 2024 prediction, but before I get into that, I want to say I have rebranded my YouTube channel. I have now rebranded it from Minnesota Predictions to Let's Get Political. So I hope you guys like the rebrand. I like it. I've been trying to do a rebrand for a while, but I really just haven't got to it. So today I said today's the day I'm going to do it. So I did, and now I'm going to make a series of prediction 2024 election videos. So hit the notification bell so you can get an update on every new prediction I post because believe me, they will be great. But let's get into the video. So in this scenario for 2024, I'm going to be doing Vivek Ramaswamy, who is an entrepreneur and businessman, against Joe Biden. Vivek Ramaswamy is really doing well in the polls, actually. He's been growing support throughout his campaign. Really, at the beginning, no one thought he had a chance, but his message has really resonated with all Republican voters. I think that really don't want Trump or DeSantis, and that he is their go-to. They don't want both candidates, so he's really rising in the polls and in the debates. More people figured more Republican voters recognized him, and I think he's going to jump in the polls too for that. So let's just say Donald Trump goes to jail in this scenario, and Ron DeSantis is too boring, and the woke message isn't going across. So Vivek Ramaswamy becomes the nominee. We'll say that in this scenario. And obviously, he will be going against the incumbent President Joe Biden, which is most likely outcome for the Democratic primaries. Oops. So first, I will be doing safe states. These states I will be Biden over 10. So these are states that we are pretty sure will be safe. These are not going to go to the opposite candidates. These are definitely safe states and will not go to Vivek Ramaswamy. I think that's it. Illinois. Oops. And now safe states for Vivek Ramaswamy. Montana, Idaho, Wyoming. Again, these will be over 10 points for Ramaswamy. And Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, a lot of safe states for Ramaswamy. And yeah, so these are what I'm going to call swing states, or quote unquote swing states. Of course, a lot of these will be closer than others, but I think these might be under 10 points. So let's start with the likely states. The likely states for me are 5 to 10 points, so these will be likely states for Joe Biden. Minnesota, very Democratic state, consistently a liberal voting state too. State, yeah, that's state too. Vivek Ramaswamy. I feel like Vivek Ramaswamy might have a good message with some in the suburbans. So I do think Vivek Ramaswamy might do well somewhat in the suburbans, more than DeSantis and Trump, but not by much. He might improve more than a point there. So he might do well in the suburbs, and I'll say that a lot too. And I think he'll do well with a lot of younger millennial voters, but I don't know by how much. But Minnesota, safe Democratic state. Joe Biden, kind of obvious. Next, New Hampshire. New Hampshire, very Democratic state. In 2022, voted for Maggie Hassan by 9 points. Vivek Ramaswamy, I don't really see Vivek Ramaswamy having that much appeal. I could see him having appeal with some more libertarian voters. So I'm going to put this in the 6-point column for Joe Biden. But I think that New Hampshire will be pretty safe for him. And I don't think Vivek Ramaswamy will really have that much of a chance there. Next safe state for Biden. Virginia will be safe. Yeah, a lot of Republicans are saying that it's shifting to the right, which I don't really see because in 2021, Glenn Youngkin did win it, who was a Republican, and Virginia is a very Republican Democratic state. But I do think Glenn Youngkin just got lucky, so I don't think Vivek Ramaswamy will do that well in Virginia. And those are all the states for Joe Biden that will be likely. Now, likely states for Vivek Ramaswamy, there's going to be a lot more. First, let's start with Iowa. Iowa, likely Ramaswamy. Iowa, obviously, really Republican state. Trump made it red. And I do think Vivek Ramaswamy will win Iowa by 9 points. I think Trump would do better in Iowa, but I do think Vivek Ramaswamy still has a resonating message with Iowa, so I do think he'll do well there still. And in Ohio, I feel like Vivek Ramaswamy, I think he'll do okay with Rust Belt voters. I think he has something to appeal to Rust Belt voters, but I don't know about how much. I'll put this in a 6 or 7 points for Ramaswamy. I do think that Trump would be way better in Ohio. Trump has this like special thing in Ohio, in my opinion. I think Trump specifically really does well with voters in Ohio. And obviously, Ohio's a Republican state now. It's obvious. I do think Trump is really the one that gets it to safe. But Vivek Ramaswamy, I don't really see him having it safe. I do see Joe Biden doing a lot better with Rust Belt workers and blue collar workers this election. So I do have to put Ohio in likely for this election. And next, we will do Florida. Florida will do likely. Vivek Ramaswamy will do well. Obviously, the shifts in Florida have been massive through the last couple of elections. Trump won it in 2016 and 2020, and Ron DeSantis won Florida by a lot. Same with Senator Marco Rubio in the last election. So Florida, I don't really see it going to the Democrats anytime soon. So this will, but still somewhat has some Democratic voters there, and this is a presidential election, so we'll have a lot of turnout. So I do think, even though Vivek Ramaswamy is a pretty good candidate for Florida, I think he would do really well with the young Republican voters in Florida, which is, I would say, a big amount. But I don't think that um, he would do too well to make it safe. And next is Texas. Texas, I'll have to put in likely. Or actually, I think I'll put in lean. This might be a hot take, but I do think Vivek Ramaswamy is going to be to appeal again to more younger Republican voters for turnout more than Trump and DeSantis would. So I do think he'll do well in Texas, but still, I do think that Texas is shifting to the left in great numbers. And here's the problem with Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek Ramaswamy is not the most experienced politician. He's not a politician at all. He's kind of Trump a little bit, but not with the same rhetoric. He's an outsider, political outsider. He's not bought or paid, he says. So that might help him. And actually, I think I'll put that in lean. Actually, yeah, I think that's safe. I mean, yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, but just ignore what I'm saying right now. But Texas, Vivek Ramaswamy would win, but I do think it's shifting to the left. And the suburbs, there's becoming a lot more suburbs in Texas, and Biden's going to do really well in suburbs. And now, and Vivek Ramaswamy will win that by like a margin. So these are what I call the very, very, very swing states. These are the most important states out of them all. These include Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia. These are the states you need to win if you would want to win this election. And let's get started. Let's do states for Biden. So I'll start with Wisconsin. I do think Joe Biden's going to do really well with Rust Belt voters. And Vivek Ramaswamy will really have I think I said this earlier, he doesn't really have a lot to offer Rust Belt voters or workers. And Joe Biden, he's made tons of manufacturing jobs in the Rust Belt area. So he's going to do really good campaigning there. And this is obviously a very important place. So he's going to campaign there a lot in the blue wall. So I do think that the Rust Belt overall, though, is going to be very Democratic. But Wisconsin, I feel like it's going to go to Biden by 1 point. So I have to do a lean margin for Wisconsin. And I think that is a hot take. But Vivek Ramaswamy, really nothing to appeal to those moderate Midwestern voters. The Midwestern voters, I don't think he has a lot to offer for them, really, in my opinion. Not a lot for the workers. Biden has done a lot of accomplishments for workers in the states, like I said earlier. So Wisconsin lean. Also, Wisconsin voted very Democratic in the last few elections. So yeah. Michigan, I guess I've put in lean, but I feel like Biden would win the state by 4 points, around 4 points, I think. Again, another very liberal state. Michigan is the most liberal state out of all of the Midwestern swing states, in my opinion. It's very liberal. Again, a lot of workers will appeal there, but there's more suburbs in Michigan. And I think Biden will do very good in the suburbs, while V. Ramaswamy is not going to do too well in the suburbs. So I do have to put Michigan in lean. And Pennsylvania, I will also put in lean. 3 points Biden, I would say. Um, Again, important state. Joe Biden's home state, kind of. Again, Pennsylvania has been going to the left a lot recently in more elections, and again, everything I said for all these three states kind of go for each other. Biden's going to do well in the suburbs here too, in Erie and Scranton, and the areas around that. I think he's going to do fantastic against Vivek Ramaswamy. Again, Vivek Ramaswamy doesn't have a lot of appeal to Midwestern voters, so I'll have to put Pennsylvania and lean again. So Joe Biden has already won the election at this point, so I do think Joe Biden will win. You have to have 270 electoral votes to win the election, and so he has had them out. So, yeah. And next is going to be Nevada. Nevada lean. I really don't understand. A lot of Republicans are saying that it's shifting to the left. I mean, right? Sorry, right? And I don't really see that. It has been more of a swing state throughout the years, but I do think Biden's still going to win by lean margin. I do think that he'll do well in this Las Vegas district and the suburbs. Vivek Ramaswamy doesn't really have a lot to appeal to Nevada voters, and I think again I haven't really said this, but I do think Vivek Ramaswamy is actually kind of an extreme candidate in many ways. He has some extreme views on abortion and global warming and other issues which are really important to most voters. So I do think that Vivek Ramaswamy is going to get hurt by that because I do think Biden's going to campaign against it because, of course, abortion is a very good issue for Democrats to campaign against. I mean, as we saw in the 2022 election, Senate elections, and House Representative elections, and etc. So I do have to put Nevada in lean. Next, Arizona. Arizona, I'll have to put in lean. I'll say like 1 points Biden. Oops. Vivek Ramaswamy, I think he would do well with some younger voters in Arizona. But overall, I think Biden would champion. I feel like Biden would do really well with the senior vote this election. With the elderly vote. Again, forgot to say that. And overall, Arizona shifting to the left. Biden would do well in suburbs. It's a very moderate state. Arizona, in my opinion, is one of the most moderate states. So I'll have to put that in lean. Next is Georgia. Georgia. Oops. Now, this is the states that the minority vote. Well, yeah, I do think Joe Biden would do pretty well with the Hispanic vote. And the Hispanic vote is pretty important in these states. I forgot to mention that. But I do think Joe Biden would do well, and Vivek Ramaswamy really wouldn't have anything to appeal to them. But the minority vote or the African American vote in Georgia and North Carolina are very present. And of course, North Carolina and Georgia, especially Georgia, have been trending to the left. The numbers in Georgia, the suburbs in Georgia have been going to Biden by really huge numbers. It's been a big increase. So I do have to put Georgia, in my opinion, in lean. That might be a hot take. But I don't think Vivek Ramaswamy, he's not going to really appeal to the to black voters, in my opinion. He really doesn't have anything going for them. While Biden has a little more, and the suburbs are just going to the left in increasingly huge numbers. So I'll have to put Georgia and lean for that. Next is North Carolina. This is a tough one. I'm not really sure. I think I'll give this one to. Well, a lot. I'll put this in toss up, and I'll talk about it a little bit. The suburbs are pretty. They are pretty. There's not as much suburb trends to the left as there is in Georgia. So that's not. It's not the same as Georgia in that way. There's the minority vote that's very present too, but I think I'll have to give it to Big Ramaswamy. It's still a conservative state, and I think maybe the next election Democrats could win it, but I don't think North Carolina is really ready yet to go to the Democrats. Really, I don't see it really happening. So I'll have to put North Carolina tilt margin. So tilt less than a point. So 1 point and less. Also, lean states are 1 to 5 points in my book. And next and last, Alaska. I don't know why I forgot. I'll just put that in likely for Ramaswamy. I don't know how ranked choice voting is going to really affect Alaska on this election, so I'll have to put it likely for Ramaswamy. It could be closer though. Actually, I'll put it in lean. This is a state I really have no idea about because we have not seen ranked choice voting in effect in presidential elections, so it's going to be really tough to predict Alaska. I'll just put that in lean. But this is my final prediction. Joe Biden has 303 electoral votes, and Vivek Ramaswamy has 235. I think Joe Biden would sweep the blue collar voters and really just get the blue wall back again. And I do think he would connect a lot with the suburbs. And in the South, I do think Joe Biden would win Georgia with the trends there in the suburbs and the minority vote. And North Carolina is not ready yet, but is getting closer to the Democrats, but Vivek Ramaswamy barely winning. Oops. And in Nevada and Arizona, I do have Joe Biden doing lean. He would do well with the Hispanic vote in this election, and also doing well with campaigning on Vivek Ramaswamy being an extreme candidate. And some notes before I end. Vivek Ramaswamy, overall, kind of extreme, not too extreme though, but kind of an extreme candidate. Could be an attackable candidate. Not experienced enough to appeal to some voters. Kind of cocky, actually really cocky, and also just not a lot going for him. I do think he has a good message. I do think he's a good speaker. I think that if he does well in the debates, this map could change a little bit, but we're not sure for now. This is gonna be an early prediction, and yeah. So Joe Biden would win in this scenario. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys liked the video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I make great content. This video was kind of weird because I haven't posted in a while. I don't know why, but I'm going to post a lot now, so I'll probably get used to it. And so if you thought the quality of this video was bad, it will get better. So hit the notification bell so you can see my other videos when they come out. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.